Hey guys, welcome to Chomper's Lunch. Today we're gonna play GameStart 2015, our official GameStart game. I'm gonna show you this game is pretty neat. You can get this on your app stores, guys. There are 4 modes. We're gonna check the original. Today we're gonna test out every character. This is Elise. First we're gonna test out Elise. Let's start at level 1. Now go left, right. It's not an auto. It's not. It's not a scroll. It's not an auto scrolling level. And there's an action button that does specific action. This varies with every character. Now let's see these enemies, and you can also double jump. Each character can do this, except some of them have different speeds, which I find is very unique. And now we have reached this portion of the level. Now for this part. The enemies always seem to be coming from the air. Most of the time, each stage presents 2 forms of enemies. One, enemies that run into in this level. There are enemies that run into you, and also enemies that shoot in multiple directions. Double jumps could be very useful if you mess up a jump, but that doesn't mean that you can't mess up. You see, you also have a health bar. You don't have lives. You only get 1 life. But don't worry. Don't worry, you don't game over in this game. And there's a teleporter. Once you reach a teleporter, after 2 levels, there's a boss fight. It's easy for the boss fight because the boss fight is based off of the enemies that you fought in the previous levels. So yeah, this one right now is just shooting these little multiple beams. Because there's these platforms for you to dodge. Look, see, he's already at low health. All you gotta do is increase him to low enough health. And we beat him. But instead of doing that, we're going to build the other characters. And now we're going to play as Jagumaru. We're going into this level. Here, by jumping, he can create a force field. This is also his action. And because he reacts the same way to both the action and the jump, even when using the action button, he can still double jump. These springs here allow you to bounce. And sure, these are not leaps of faith, seeing as, well, there's these blue outlines. See, there's these enemies that bounce on springs. Once again, each character has they don't have certain life. This one's pretty fast. He's more of one of the more faster characters. Now that we beat this level, now introduced to these enemies. I don't know what they're called. They don't have official names for these things. I don't think so. Yeah, you can also double jump. And you can also bounce on these enemies to use as platforms. Or you can just use the springs. Ronald's is probably the best character to play as, especially around bosses. Because of the fact that it can attack even when an enemy is right next to it. That's something that most characters are not good with. They can't hit enemies that come from above, from below. They can only attack what's right in front of them. Right now we're facing off against this enemy. Kind of looks like Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. All you gotta do is follow him around. As Jagumaru just beat him. Let's see. Now to unveil our next character. This is Zion. And, oops, I accidentally left. Okay, now we're going to play Zion. And we're playing in the next world. And he has 2 attacks. He can punch for his... He can do this by pressing forward and attack. And he can do this by jumping and attack. He can also do... He can double jump, but... this thing actually juggles through enemies, so that's useful and all. That's very useful for the boss. And you just jump in there. He looks pretty cool. He's more combat range. So yeah, once again, do this, or you can also do it in close range. But I think that the kicking move is way better. It's way better for those enemies that you don't really want to hit normally. But if you're in close range, like, see, for sure he does take a lot of health. Okay, now we're reaching the boss battle. Double jump. Oh, dang it. Ah, that was my thought. Jump, 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 jump. Just jump over him. Jump. I just gotta jump on the boss repeatedly. This boss incorporates, and see, there are Jagumaros in the background. According to this is the stage where Jagumaro is supposed to be. Nobody plays the Jagumaro in this stage, or at least that's me. Now, guess what? After beating the story mode, you can unlock Akuma. But I don't have him yet. Oops. Game start. We're playing as Markman. And you know, let's go straight to the boss. I'm gonna show you something. It's much slower than the rest, but he has skateboards, little things, and he's actually extremely powerful. You can also attack from close, which is extremely good. Let's see how powerful he is. It usually take like at least like 12 shots just to get him to half health, but no, as you clearly saw. Continue. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Quit. And now we're gonna play as Inzin. The last character we're gonna play as Inzin. And no, these are not great places for him. I mean, literally. Well, let's just go to the first one. I'm afraid. Okay. By pressing action, you can really dash. You can do this in air. You can do this after double jumping. Oh, I got myself in a corner. This is impressive, though. The fact he can double jump. All characters can double jump, and that was awesome. So that was Game Start. What a great game, though. One day you'll see it.